Good afternoon, everybody. This is Keith at Lonesome Bees. We're going to be checking on a little swarm here. Up here by my barn, had some old equipment that was empty, and some bees moved into it probably 3 weeks ago or so. And we've been putting some feed on them. We're just going to open them up and see what they've been up to, see how they're doing. Like I said, it was an empty box sitting here. They moved in. I caught it before they had drawn a lot of comb in there, like that nuke we did last week. They had quite a bit of combs hanging in there. So this one wasn't at that stage yet, it just moved in. So I put some foundations in there. I think there's some I put a couple of drawn combs in there for them to get them started, and let's look at them and see what they're up to. All right, let's get in them. A little bit of sugar syrup on them. It's just 1-to-1, 1 pound sugar, granulated sugar. 1 pound of water. For those that don't know what you feed honeybees. Open them on up. Oh yeah, they're doing all right. Make sure that queen ain't on that lid. Go ahead and shake them in. Set that down. See what we got. Start right here. The foundation. I haven't really started working on that yet. I don't see no queen. Set that off to the side so we have room to work. I see a sheet of brood in here already. It's a good sign. So what y'all are looking at? That is mostly a brood that has hatched. All this in the center here is hatched. There's still a little bit on the outside of the frame left, still yet to hatch. Right here. Where'd I see it at? I seen a bee hatching actually. Right here. Here, I think it just crawled out of that cell. I just seen it coming out of that cell right there. There's one right here. Right there where my hive tool's at. You can see it kind of starting to chew its way out right there. So they're backfilling that with some nectar. There's a little bit of pollen in there. I don't see any eggs in there. She hasn't came back and laid that. This side here is just a mass of brood that's yet to hatch. Show you that. Set that back down in there. Pull out this next frame. See here, they've already went through a hatch. So they just jumped up in numbers. I've been seeing them out here in the afternoon doing some orientation flights. It almost looks like a robin situation here. They don't got much of an entrance on this hive. I got to get them on a pallet. Just no eggs. Just pollen, a little bit of brood here and there that hasn't hatched yet. Same for both sides. Little queen cup right there. No egg or anything in it. So a lot of time they'll swarm, move out somewhere, get established, and then replace their queen. Just brood that's hatched, backfill them with a little nectar, sugar syrup. We got some pollen in there. Oh yeah. They didn't completely draw out this foundation here. You see they left some of that foundation. They didn't draw it out, but that is all brood. It's laid up. And these little bumps right here, these taller ones, that's the male bees. They're throwing a little bit of drone cells in there. So that ain't bad. That's a good sign. It looks like a healthy brood pattern. I mean, it's pretty solid. There's some misses in there. They got some sugar syrup they're putting in it. More brood. Same deal. They didn't draw it all the way down to the wood there. They stopped a little shy of it. But that's a good sign. There's a lot of brood there. Same on this side. There's actually some queen cells in here. Some queen cups. Right here. There's one. I don't see anything in that one, but I could have swore. No, nothing in there. No egg, no larva. It ain't wet, so. I ain't seen no eggs yet, but. Let's see here. This cut frame's kind of heavy. Up, queen cells. This is laid up. We got queen cells that they're working on. A bunch of very young larvae in there. They haven't swarmed yet. I know they haven't swarmed yet. There's a few eggs in there. I'm seeing eggs. Let me see if y'all can see that. If you can see down in those cells, not sure you can. There's a white larva in there. A lot of people call that milk brood. And then down there on the bottom, which well, I don't want to shake it with them queen cells on there. I might do something with that. Yeah, there's definitely a queen cell right there on the bottom of that frame. See that peanut, that little peanut looking right here on the bottom? That's a queen cell. They're making a new queen. They're trying to swarm. Now, I'm pretty sure they haven't swarmed yet. I'm seeing eggs in there standing straight up, which means that egg was laid within the last 24 hours or so. So I'm quite certain there's still a queen in here. This foundation I put in here was brand new. I just got it. It had wax on it. Nothing in there but a little bit of sugar syrup. So they've got some brood frames. They got at least, they got at least 3 frames or so of brood, which is still small. They're wanting to swarm again. I don't really like that. Sometimes when you give them a bunch of foundation, they don't see these frames like this that have no wax drawn out on them. They don't see that as space. They haven't started working on it yet, which may be the problem. They feel like they've run out of space, and that's why they want to swarm. Not sure, but what I'll probably do, I'll probably take them queen cells there. I'll leave 2 of them on that one frame, make me a small little split and set off to the side. And well, I'll leave the queen cells here. That's what I'll do. I'll leave the queen cells in this hive. I'll go through it and find the queen, and I'll take her with some brood and a little bit of food, and I'll move them to another hive and kind of simulate a swarm. So I'm gonna try and make them swarm on my terms, so to say. And then I want to requeen these bees anyway down the road. They can bring back their queen or whatever, but I don't see that as a supersedure cell. That's more like a swarm cell. They're right down there on the bottom of the frames. They just moved in here within a month ago. They have space. I feel. I don't think there's much reason for them to be wanting to swarm, especially since they just got here. So that's not what you really want. You don't want swarming tendencies in your bees. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a split, cut the camera off. It'll take me a while to go through here and find that queen. I'll make the split and then I'll get back with you. Okay, so here's what we ended up with. I went through that box. I put a queen cell in each one of these nukes. I put a frame of brood or 2 in each of these nukes, a little foundation in both. Fed them some sugar syrup, put them on top, keep them fed. Hopefully they'll make them queen cells out in the decent little cells. It'd be interesting to see what happens, what comes of it. This ain't nothing serious. It's just some free bees that showed up in some empty equipment. So we split them, put a queen cell in each one, fed them. We give it about 2 weeks, and we'll, 2 or 3 weeks, and we'll see what we got. I won't try to fool the camera. Whatever we got is what we got. I'm gonna try and keep everything honest on here. I'm gonna show you the good, I'm gonna show you the bad. And just so everybody knows, this isn't the way to do it. It's one of the ways you can do it when you come into this situation. It's beekeeping. They say you ask 100 beekeepers the same question and you're gonna get 100 different answers. So that's just the way it is. Remember, this ain't how to do it. This is just the way I did it today. Choose whatever way you like to do it if you come into this situation. Ideally, I would have liked to have found the queen and put her in a box and shook some bees in with her and moved her to simulate a swarm. But that didn't happen. I didn't find the queen. I went through them, I put all the frames in the boxes. I looked for the queen the first time through, and then I went back through these 2 and I looked for the queen. No queen. So it just ain't my day to find this queen if she's in there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I'm gonna try and put a video out every week. And leave some comments. What would you have done? We'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.